In the genre where a lot of rappers come through and they do it in English, and we know that a lot of Americans obviously do it in English, and locally a lot of boys have been doing it in English, and he just came from nowhere. Bro, who's not a kid no more, man. He came last year and he blew up. Like, he blew everybody's minds. He got into the scene. He's been through a bit of controversy as well. Yeah, he's been through battles here and then. We know that he's battled everywhere. Like, show. It's not fair, you know.
Prokid, or later known in his career as Pro, was a legendary South African rapper and producer. In this video, we're going to be discussing the legacy of Pro. Let's check out his social media to see what he was all about. On Instagram, he is promkize_ZA with about 2,600 followers. On Spotify, he is Prokid and has over 14,000 monthly listeners. And on Twitter, he is at promkize with over 31,000 followers. And if you're looking for Facebook, if anybody uses Facebook for anything other than business,
take us back to when you met Pro. What is happening at the time, and what was it about him that struck you? Something that stood out for you?
Well, basically, he's been an idol to me, you know. We hear rapping because of him. He paved the way for us. He made us believe and understand that we can do this using our language, especially not just isiZulu, but the Tsotsitaal language, you know. He is the pioneer of what we're doing now, you know. Me meeting Pro, I met Pro in 2010, 11, round about there. But I started to listen to his music way back 2004 when he released his first album. So for me, he's always been a mentor, a brother. He's never been jealous about hip hop, you know, because when you come into the game, you get to understand that there's veterans, you know, there's a lot of guys who are already there, but are they willing to assist? Are they willing to help you get to where you are, to where we are today, you know? So he was that type of guy who was never jealous, who always showed us the roots to making music, not just music, but the punchlines, the word plays. He was a true wordsmith. So yeah, man, we lost a brother, man.
And I guess that makes you great. I mean, paving the way for the others who are behind you.
Career. When he was a teenager, Prokid would take part in rap battles and cyphers to showcase his skills, among other SA hip-hop veterans such as Proverb, Stogie T, and Amu. In 2004, he went on to win an MC battle competition hosted by Thibaut Touch on the urban youth radio station YFM. His success on this show is what led to his breakthrough record deal. He became famous after the release of his first single, Soweto. It was produced by his longtime producer and collaborator, Omen the Chef. A follow-up on that was a song called Wozobona, which gained widespread popularity in South Africa and set the path for his debut album, Heads and Tails, in 2005. Pro released his debut album, Heads and Tails, in 2005. He cemented himself as a Gussie rap king. Pro followed this up by releasing DNA in 2006. In 2008, Pro released Dankie San, which was widely received well by South Africans, with classic South African songs like Utiningo Pro and Bamba. Dankie San propelled Pro to stardom in South Africa, gaining massive radio play all over the country and further cemented him as the king of Gussie rap. To finish off his discography, Pro released Snakes and Ladders in 2010, and finally he released Continua in 2012. In 2007, Pro traveled to the Netherlands to record with Triple and Touch, where he performed at many clubs in Amsterdam and performed with P. Diddy. He also performed as an opening act for hip-hop acts such as Busta Rhymes and 50 Cent.
You know, we don't change lives, man. Before money, we don't change I'm an optimist.
Yeah, sure,
Physical.
sure.
It is a suitable quest with my
Exactly.
This is achievable. Simple.
In terms of like bars and like smart lines and catchy, that's prokid.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worthy of him being all the way up there.
No, but he's the pioneer
He's a
of
forefather.
SA hip hop.
And the sound
That's
of
yes,
as us as having our
the
own.
whole thing. Yes, he's the guy who showed it.
Sure.
Like, oh, we can rap in vernac like this and be ourselves. People that didn't exist before we knew that guy.
Sure.
You can't play with that. That's something very considerable, because that means he's responsible for the whole thing. Because from there, then everybody came after that. There are still squatter camps. There are all sorts of other pioneers, but he's the guy we all saw it from. And he was the better rapper than most people.
Legacy. Prokid managed to capture the Gussie feel in his music like no other artist, as he pioneered and popularized rapping in vernacular, mixing Zulu with English to rap in a local flavor. This was a time when hip-hop in South Africa was struggling to find its voice, as other veteran rappers like Proverb and Stogie T were rapping in English, providing a more American sound in hip-hop that wasn't being received well in South Africa. Pro's popularity is largely because he proudly represents South African Gussie or township life, rapping in a mixture of vernacular and English. It's widely regarded that Pro has 2 classic albums in his discography, which is Heads and Tails and Dankie San, and multiple classic songs, which are not only known as classics, but hood classics, which are still being played today, such as Bamba, Sekele, Utiningo Pro, and Wozobona. Pro highly influenced hip-hop and future generations of superstar artists such as K.O.,
No, man, tell these suckers to wise up. I want the title.
Questa,
flow. Pick me a chiquita, I'm she said that she can go. Heavenly rhymes, hell of a dude. I'm a good vibe. Hello to you.
and MT.
God help, call me solo mode.
Who all rap in vernac. Even at the height of hip-hop in the mid to late 2010s, it was very rare for a hip-hop song which didn't have any vernac in it to be successful and appeal to the masses. Even AKA on his song, The World Is Yours, wanted credit for levels going platinum without a vernac song in the album.
My impact is something you can't measure. Who went plat without a vernac record? Let's talk facts and give me some damn credit.
Pro's impact in South Africa is even noticeable in the current generation of rappers, with the likes of 25K rapping heavily in vernac.
I'm by myself, I don't fuck with niggas. Ain't fucking the shawty, she fuck a few niggas. I never bother with none of you niggas. My brother a felon, he'll murder you niggas. I cannot know what he nine. Chele to grillo con mine. Billy aganelo bokai. Heko patela ulugi se tai.
Pro is widely regarded as a pioneer and trailblazer who influenced South African hip-hop into what it is now, and he is without a doubt a legendary South African rapper.